Hey guys, welcome to the first ever the Glenforest Experience podcast. I am your host Udula with my two friends, Ayaan and Varun Dharma.
Hello.
Hey guys.
So basically this podcast will be covering any recent Peel updates for our coming school year, and we'll also just talk about general events and stuff that happen around our school.
We will also be discussing any recent news regarding the pandemic and the inspiring stories of individuals around the world.
So before we get started, I want to know what you guys did during the summer.
I did a decent amount of stuff, but I think only two things come to mind. One of them I have right next to me. I built this thing right here. Statue of Liberty. It took me like a good 5 days to build it. Almost 1,700 pieces. I'm pretty proud of it. I haven't really built anything major in Lego for a while, and I just got bored in summer, so I'm like, okay, let's buy some Lego, and I'm gonna build this.
The fact that that's a highlight means you didn't do anything during your summer.
No.
I did even less, okay?
I did one more thing. I participated in the Great Cycle Challenge Canada to raise money for children's cancer. So you can pick your own goal and like choose your own fundraising goal. I chose to bike 250 kilometers. I'm done 200. I just have 50 more to go in like 5 more days or something. And I raised $700, like thanks to my family and like friends and people on my cricket team that I play with. So I just want to say like thanks to them on this podcast, and I thank them personally as well.
Wow, Varun. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess I'll go next. You might have known if you saw my Instagram post. Follow my Instagram, it's in the description. I recently got a cat, and I think I have a photo of him. I can put in my background here. So this is
Why
him.
get a cat? Get a dog, man.
Because cats are better. Everyone knows that.
I'm not gonna share I don't want to take sides. So I'm just gonna back
They
up.
made a movie called
No,
Cats and
Varun.
Dogs.
What side are you? Cats or dogs?
They made a movie called Cats and Dogs, and the cats are
Our
the
friendship
dogs.
Ayaan,
depends
don't get
on
mad.
this.
Ayaan, don't get mad. I'm on the dog side. I've always wanted a dog.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I didn't expect more from you, Varun. So I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Sorry,
Of course.
please
According
forgive
to
me.
Google, cats
Okay.
don't offer the same compassionate, energetic love.
Oh my
You
No,
know,
god.
cats are independent. Okay, cats.
what's the point of having something that's independent?
No, but I mean, your paths cross every once in a while. But like, cats live their own lives. You have your own life to live, man.
Yeah, but he doesn't even consider you a friend. He just considers you a slave.
Okay, yeah, that's honestly not true. I mean, wrong.
So,
So, but
what
still,
does your
like,
cat do for you?
he. Can we go on to the next question, please?
Exactly.
Sure. Let's move on to the next segment before any diss tracks get thrown around. So Ayaan, you want to talk to us about some Peel updates?
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Let me just get rid of this cat in my background. Okay, there we go. So, we will. Sorry, the reopening plans for Peel Secondary School students were announced on August 13, 2020 on the Peel website, and they're as follows. The Ministry of Education made the decision to have secondary school students choose their preferred method of returning to school. Students choose either a hybrid option, which is half digital and half in-school learning, or the option to continue with solely online-dependent e-learning. The class sizes of those taking part in-school learning will consist of around 15 students.
If you have chosen the hybrid option, you will be attending school in one of two groups, Cohort A and Cohort B. Students will be following what is being called the quadmester schedule, meaning there will be 4 semesters in the school year. Students will be taking up to 2 courses at a time.
So also, if you want to switch from online learning to in-school learning, you will be able to do so, but only within the first week. After that, you have to stick with what you chose, and there's no switching back. And also, on the other hand, if you want to switch from in-school learning to online learning, you are allowed to do so, but only if the course that you are currently in is being offered online. And also, in the case of RLCP programs, such as IB, AP, or SciTech, or any of the others, if a student is in one of these programs and they decide to opt out of the hybrid model, and the hybrid model is go actually to school for 2 or 3 days a week and do online learning for the rest of the week. If the students decide to opt out of that model and do solely online learning, they will no longer be able to continue in the RLCP program they're currently in, simply because these programs don't have the resources to teach what they need to teach online.
And finally, we just got word that secondary school students will have to show up for one orientation day from the range of September 8 to 14, depending on their last name. They will be notified of the day on September 1st.
All right.
All right, so our next segment, our first interviewee, Saket. Now, I actually went to school with Saket, well, in middle school. I played basketball with them. I went, like, we had this like team thing. I carried the whole team. I was like the highest scorer person. He hit this one clutch shot though, but it was like really lucky and fluke.
So
So
are you saying you're better than him, Udula?
it's the truth though.
Okay, fine. Let's bring him in. He's been waiting for a couple minutes, so let's not waste any more of his time. Should be loading right about now.
Ayaan, look, it's your cat
What? Where?
behind you.
What is happening?
Exactly. Even you don't know that he's there.
No. He's in a room locked upstairs.
Sure. Why would
He's
you
not.
lock him up in a room if you like him so much?
Yeah, he has a point there.
Alright,
There's
sorry
Saket.
about that.
Okay.
Okay, so Saket, I hear that your sister graduated from Glenforest, like
Yeah,
the
that's true.
previous year, or like, yeah. Is that the reason you want to go to Glenforest, or do you live there? What's the
That's
reason?
one of because Glenforest is not that far from my home, and it's also a good school. It has a really good program, and it's also a pretty well-known school among us in Peel. So yeah.
Saket, I know where you live. You don't live near Glenforest.
Well, it's not that far, but if sometimes if my mom or dad can't drop me off, then I could just take the transit, which is pretty easy. It's not like I guess
Saket,
like
we're in
Houston
the
or something.
middle of a pandemic. You can't
Dula,
use
why are you trying
transit.
to expose our host? I mean, I guess, man.
You can't
Oh,
use
don't
transit.
bully
Let's-
him. We invited him here. Okay. How do you think
Okay.
your new school year is gonna be affected by the virus?
Well, I'm not sure about the projects and everything of how everything's gonna be like, but it did make a major difference in grade 8. So there is gonna be a difference. The marking system might be a little bit easier, and there's a possibility that students might even cheat by saying their Wi-Fi isn't working or something isn't opening or uploading. So that can be a big difference. And also, I believe group projects might also have a really big difference in I guess working because people can't physically work together, and online you can't really make the things together like
I
billboards
get
or
it.
something if you're
IB
making
is
a presentation.
IB is a lot of group work. But before we get into the next question, I just need to know, did you cheat?
No.
Then
Are you
how do you know
sure?
all the methods of cheating?
Well, because apparently I read this article and then it said that there's a possibility that people can, and it's not like cheating on a test, it's just cheating on saying the deadline or something.
Yeah, fair enough.
Why would you read something like that if you don't want to
It just
cheat?
popped up because everything's
How does
related
it
to
just
school and
pop up?
everything. Because everything's related to school and the pandemic, so why not?
All
Where
right.
did it pop up?
Let's keep going. We don't want to interrogate our guests any further. So, yeah, I think we
Okay,
have a
fine.
couple more
My question,
questions.
okay. How do you think the transition will be going from middle school to high school, especially during like a pandemic?
Um, During these times, it's gonna be really tough because um, IB is known for having the program IBN, which is pretty advanced if you compare it with other programs, which in advance it means like it has maybe more work, better quality of work, and like more opportunities, clubs, teamwork, projects, and everything. So I'm hoping to see like a lot of different things, and due to the pandemic, a lot of those things will be affected. Maybe less contests, maybe less clubs because projects got affected last year in grade 8. So unfortunately, I'm hoping to see some of the projects being affected for grade 9 as well.
So as I told you before, I went to school with them, and in grade 8, we have this like really big project called trade show. That's where you like basically you are a business, like a company, and you make
Mm-hmm.
like a product, and then like you sell it to like real people and you get the money and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So how was trade show last year?
It was horrible. We were supposed to sell everything. We did all the work except for making the storefront and also making the product. We did make a sample though, but unfortunately we didn't get to sell anything. We just had to make a virtual booth with using our Bitmojis and everything. So it was
Oh, okay.
pretty boring, not the best experience you could have. But yeah, can't do anything.
How
So
was
what was your product?
graduating?
It was like soap door soap powder, I guess you could call it. It's basically like bath bomb, but you could use it in any different amounts. It's I guess more effective and also has a scent to it. It can also change colors when it's exposed to water.
So a more efficient bat bomb.
Yeah, I guess.
Pretty cool.
Did
How
you have
was
a company name?
graduating?
Yeah, it was so pure. SOABURE.
Pretty
I
cool.
Oh,
see.
okay, I got one. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's
How
pretty good.
was graduating like?
Yeah,
Doing
I have another question for you. So, do you think that opening schools right now is a good idea, or do you think we should have continued with e-learning for maybe a month or two more?
I would say it's not the best idea because e-learning, I mean, even though it's a hard thing, but it's probably the best choice to keep everyone safe and everything. But on the other hand, every single teacher and the government will try their best to keep the best and the most amount of safety measures in classrooms and the environment. So that's also a good thing. And since we're grade eights, we're just coming to high school. It's our first year. We're going to be hoping to, I guess, actually see what's going on there and everything because it's our
Mhm.
first year and we would be eager and excited to go there.
All right, finally, I kind of asked this, but like, how did e-learning look like for you in grade 8, and did you prefer e-learning over in-class learning?
Um, well, yeah, as I said, it was pretty bad. We couldn't get to group work, which is mainly I guess, the major part of the whole project. You gotta make the storefront of our major projects and everything. That was a bit of a bad thing. But e-learning also became something good because in class you kind of have some stress. Like yeah, people, a lot of people are in like competition. They're like, oh, I'm gonna finish first or something. Online you could just be at your own pace. There's less stress and you have a lot of time to finish your work. So there were pros and cons of e-learning, but I preferred like not e-learning because it wasn't the best option for me.
I
Right.
Okay,
see.
actually, I have a question as well. Sorry. So what helped you decide that IB/Gun was the right school for you over other programs like AP and SciTech?
Well, so for AP, it's so we were looking at like the distance, the route, the pathway, and everything, including the education system and all that. So my sister went there, as I mentioned like before, and she has experience with it. She just graduated, so I wanted to go there and try out what she was, I guess, doing or what she learned and everything. And it's also extremely recognized among us. And a lot of people might argue saying AP is like more recognized and everything. Well, that's mainly because there's only one AP school in PO.
Mhm.
That's the only reason why AP is recognized. But overall, IB's, from my perspective, it's better. So that's one of the reasons. And if I'm going by car, then transportation might be difficult for AP because the path is not the best. And for IB, it's pretty straightforward and pretty smooth.
Wait,
You
I
can
have one more
cross.
question. How was graduating like during a pandemic? Was it like a virtual graduation?
Oh no, we went there. So we had like 2 days, and so we had 2 days, four groups, and each group, each person or each family were assigned in a separate group, and you had like a 30-minute window to go there, get
Oh,
some
okay.
pictures, and get a gift bag, which includes a shirt which says our school name and a water bottle which says our school name.
You
Oh,
got that?
so oh
Yeah.
wow, you actually
I
got
never
it.
got
Oh, damn.
that.
I was really
That's pretty cool.
jealous.
Since you chose Glen and you made the right choice, because Glenforest is a great school, and even like with the conditions now, I'm sure you'll like it.
Yeah, like all the teachers care about you and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's thank Saket for being our guest on our very first podcast. Let's give him a hand.
Good job, Saket. I will break your ankles at the park.
Okay, when? Tomorrow?
Sure.
All right, bye.
And make sure you guys wear masks when
Yeah.
you play. Don't
And
forget
social
that.
Oh,
distance.
wait,
Okay.
one more
Okay.
question. One more question. When you were taking pictures, did you wear a mask?
No, not at that time. But we were wearing a mask when we were receiving and receiving gifts, talking to teachers and everything. But for the
What's the
pictures, we
point of
didn't.
taking pictures without a mask and then like
Because
waving?
I mean, you're only with your family, right? So like you're
Yeah,
only
and
gonna be
then you
close
have like
proximity
a
with
big
them.
poster at the back which says class of 2020, and it's actually pretty fun. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah. All
The
right.
teachers were hyping us up and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Socket, I guess we'll maybe see you next year. Not next year. In a week or two, actually. And yeah. Stay safe and see ya.
Bye.
Bye, Saket.
Have a
Bye.
good day.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's move on. Ayaan, you want to introduce our next segment?
Yeah. So now it's time for good news of the week.
Our good news for this week is a 95-year-old Holocaust survivor named Miriam Schreiber. She received her very, very long-awaited high school diploma this just I think a couple of days ago from when we're recording this. She received it from, I believe, a Jewish high school in Connecticut in the USA, and I think this is a really, really inspiring story, like to all of us, because it can just show that no matter what the conditions of your life are, no matter what the conditions of what's happening around you are, if you fight through it, if you just push your way through, you'll eventually get what you want and what you deserve in the end.
Mm-hmm. Life lesson of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that, guys and girls.
Miriam and her family were sent to a slave camp in Siberia after World War II and spent the next 6 years living in Poland.
Here is a quote from the article. It's something she has always wanted. There's no greater sign of how she won after a lifetime of struggle. If you want to check out this article for yourself, there will be a link in the description on our YouTube video. So this is gonna go on YouTube.
Yeah, and I just want to like thank everyone for watching so far. And this is where we come to a close and we end our first episode. So I just want to say before we end it, just keep practicing social distancing. Stay at home as much as you can, but if you do choose to go outside, practice social distancing and wear a mask.
Well, thank
And
you.
also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to be updated on our weekly podcast and click the notification bell.
And
Yeah,
follow
so
us on Instagram.
yeah, well, we'll also
Yep.
put that in the description. Everything will be in the description. You can go check everything out. All right.
All right.
See ya.
See you guys.